Welcome to World Prism. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The American heartland has long been shaped by its industries, with agriculture and manufacturing forming the backbone of countless small towns. Among these, the meatpacking sector has stood out as a defining force, not just economically, but culturally and socially as well. Especially in the Midwest, the powerful meatpacking industry has provided steady employment, supported local businesses, and fostered a sense of community identity for generations. For decades, entire towns have risen and fallen with the fortunes of the abattoirs at their core. These plants were more than just workplaces. They were the heartbeat of their communities, places where neighbors became co-workers and families built their futures. The rhythms of daily life, from school schedules to local events, often revolved around the shifts and seasons of the meatpacking plants. Now, Tyson Foods has sent shockwaves through these communities by announcing the closure of 5 major processing plants. The news has left families reeling, unsure of what the future holds. This isn't just a business move. It's a seismic event that tears at the fabric of local economies and challenges the future of American food production. The ripple effects are immediate. Lost jobs, shuttered storefronts, and a growing sense of uncertainty. As factory gates are padlocked and production floors fall silent, the loss is more than jobs. It's the erosion of a way of life that has sustained these regions for decades. Generations of families who once relied on these plants now face an uncertain path forward. The closures have sparked urgent conversations about the future of rural America and what can be done to support these communities in transition. The closure of these plants is a critical chapter in the ongoing saga of American meat, forcing us to examine the true cost of cheap meat and the precarious foundation of rural America. As we look ahead, the choices we make will shape not only what ends up on our plates, but the fate of entire communities. Tyson claims these closures are about efficiency, pointing to the need for streamlining operations and cutting costs in a highly competitive industry. The company says it's making tough choices to stay ahead in a rapidly changing market where every dollar counts and margins are razor thin. But the reality is more complex than a simple business decision. These closures ripple through entire communities, affecting not just employees, but also local businesses and families who depend on the plant for their livelihoods. The plants targeted were older, less profitable, and required costly upgrades to stay competitive. Many of these facilities had outdated equipment and infrastructure, making them expensive to maintain and less efficient compared to newer plants. Financial strain, shifting consumer demand, and volatile livestock prices have forced Tyson to consolidate, investing in newer, more automated super plants. Automation promises higher output and lower labor costs, but it also means fewer jobs for local workers. By closing facilities in Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas, Tyson is reducing capacity to better match livestock availability and market demand. This strategy is designed to prevent overproduction and avoid the financial losses that come with excess supply. This is a calculated move to stabilize profits and fortify Tyson's long-term position, even if it means short-term pain for workers and communities. Local economies can be devastated with ripple effects on schools, shops, and housing markets. The company is betting that a leaner, more automated operation will make it a stronger competitor. Tyson hopes that by embracing technology and efficiency, it can weather industry challenges and emerge even more dominant. For executives, it's a logical response to market pressures, a way to future-proof the business and satisfy shareholders demanding growth and stability. For thousands of workers, it's a life-altering decision made far from home, one that leaves uncertainty, anxiety, and a search for new opportunities in its wake. The closures hit hardest in towns like Perry, Iowa, where the Tyson plant was more than just a workplace. It was the beating heart of the local economy and the center of daily life for thousands of residents. For decades, generations of families relied on the steady paychecks and sense of purpose the plant provided, shaping the town's identity and future. Nearly 1,300 jobs vanished overnight, plunging families into uncertainty and spiking food insecurity. Suddenly, parents who once provided for their children now worry about putting food on the table, and lines at local food banks grow longer each week. The loss ripples through every household, forcing tough choices and sacrifices. In Emporia, Kansas, layoffs doubled the city's unemployment rate, leaving a vacuum that local businesses and schools are struggling to fill. Small shops and restaurants that depended on plant workers for customers now face closure themselves, and the local tax base shrinks, threatening public services. For many, these weren't just jobs, they were careers, community, and stability. The plant was a place where friendships were forged, milestones celebrated, and futures built. Its closure tears at the social fabric, leaving people feeling isolated and adrift. The ripple effects are everywhere: declining school enrollments, shuttered storefronts, and a deep sense of loss. Children see their friends move away, and once busy main streets grow quiet, their windows darkened and empty. The psychological toll is immense, as the closure of a town's main employer erodes identity and hope. Residents gather at town halls, searching for answers and support, but the uncertainty lingers, casting a shadow over daily life. Many workers, including immigrants who saw these jobs as a path to the American dream, now face an unforgiving job market. With few opportunities nearby, some are forced to uproot their families, while others cling to hope for retraining or new industries that may never come. The future for these communities hangs in the balance, as they struggle to reinvent themselves and hold on to the sense of belonging that once defined them. The closure of these plants sparked outrage from Donald Trump, who framed Tyson's move as a betrayal of American workers and a threat to food security. Trump's America First doctrine sees any loss of domestic manufacturing as an affront, and he's used the closures to rally his base. He positions himself as the defender of ranchers and farmers squeezed by corporate giants, promising action on beef prices and industry practices. The affected states, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas, are key to his political strategy. Trump's condemnation taps into real anger and anxiety, turning a corporate decision into a national political flashpoint. His fury is a warning to other corporations. Their choices have political consequences. As American towns reel, Canadian meatpackers see opportunity. Companies like Maple Leaf Foods and Alamel are poised to fill gaps in the North American protein market created by Tyson's closures. With U.S. capacity down, Canadian exporters can court international buyers, especially in Asia, and present themselves as a more reliable alternative. The U.S. and Canadian livestock markets are deeply integrated, and reduced U.S. processing could mean cheaper American cattle for Canadian plants. Canadian firms can process these animals and sell finished meat back to the U.S. or abroad, turning disruption into profit. The Tyson closures have handed Canadian industry a strategic advantage. As American workers face unemployment, Canadian companies are quietly calculating their gains. In global commerce, one nation's crisis is another's opportunity. In the wake of Tyson's exit, affected communities are fighting back. In Perry, Iowa, local leaders quickly organized job fairs, career counseling, and expanded training programs to help displaced workers. The DMACC Perry Van Kirk Career Academy introduced new courses in welding, truck driving, and healthcare, offering lifelines to former Tyson employees. Stories like Manuel Hernandez, who became a truck driver, and Ijah Coweth, who retrained as a CNA, show resilience and adaptation. Still, many new jobs don't match the wages and benefits of unionized meatpacking work. Towns face the daunting task of attracting new industries to replace Tyson. Perry has a glimmer of hope with a new manufacturer, but replacing Tyson's scale will take years. The future of these heartland towns remains uncertain. The closure of 5 Tyson plants marks a fundamental shift in American meat production and its trade relationship with Canada. The industry is consolidating into fewer, larger, more automated plants, boosting efficiency but increasing supply chain fragility. Canadian competitors are ready to exploit any U.S. vulnerabilities, intensifying cross-border competition. For American workers, the promise of stable, lifelong meatpacking jobs is fading, replaced by a need for adaptability and retraining. The experiences in Perry and Emporia highlight the urgent need for community support and economic diversification. These events force a national conversation about the balance of power between corporations and communities and the true cost of our food system. Ultimately, how America responds will define the future of its heartland and the stability of its food supply.